Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Michael Schellenberger caught it. He said the New York Times says Biden appeared to call Trump voters garbage. That's disinformation. What Biden said is clear from the video, and now the White House has altered the official transcript in a potential violation of Presidential Records Act. So now they actually broke the law. So that I guess apparently you can't do that.
We have laws?
I know.
This is right out 1984, by the way, just to get you not to believe your eyes or your ears.
I'm wondering if they're going to seal this video for another 60 years.
Yeah, by Pfizer.
Yeah, we'll get to see this right after Seth Rich's laptop. So here, the Associated Press, they say, breaking, the White House altered the transcript of President Joe Biden's garbage remarks despite the stenographer's concerns, AP sources say. And that's, I guess, freaking illegal. Did you know that? Because since 2022, the New York Times has championed the prosecution of Trump for allegedly violating the Presidential Records Act. Now that there is strong evidence that Biden was directly involved in manipulating a transcript in violation of the PRA, Presidential Records Act, will the New York Times demand prosecution?
No, because Tony Blinken did it.
That's right. That's right.
Biden directly did. No, he didn't.
So here it is right there. It says, the Oversight Committee said this week that Mr. Trump's handling of documents appeared to constitute serious violations of the Presidential Records Act and announced an investigation of. So again, it's rules for thee, but not for ye. So again, it's just two-tiered lawfare that they'll do to anybody, including the former president of the United States, if the establishment doesn't like you. That's what 92 felony indictments are. That's what January 6th was. That's what 2 impeachments were. It's all about the establishment. Isn't like a guy who's a pebble in their shoe, and so they'll go over the top to fuck him over, and that's exactly. And so now, but there's going to be no prosecution of Joe Biden for that. You know that's not going to happen. Because you need someone inside government to actually follow the law, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And so I just want to play this for you because Joe Biden started out his presidency saying this, and he was referring to what Trump said on January 6th, and here's what he had to say about it.
The words of a president matter, no matter how good or bad that president is. At their best, the words of a president can inspire. At their worst, they can incite.
Like a pile of fucking garbage.
Yeah.
That's tall Biden. That's tall Biden.
We didn't even know how good we had it with this Biden.
No kidding.
I mean, that was a complete sentence right there.
I'm getting weepy.
Tall Biden.
The one that can run out to the camera, he just jogs out and speaks coherently. Where's this guy coming from?
That's 6'6" Biden.
Yeah.
Picking fights.
It's just crazy how his forehead just changes with video to video.
Yeah.
So there it is. Joe Biden saying that the president's words matter, and they matter so much that the White House actually broke the Presidential Records Act, the law, and they altered his words because they're all bullshitting hypocrites who don't give a fuck about the law. They don't give a fuck about what's moral or right or facts or misinformation. They only care about power and shitting on everybody else. That's what the establishment is all about.
Well put.
Well, in fairness, they don't answer to you.
What's that?
In fairness, they don't answer to you.
No, they don't. They certainly don't.
They'll just bury that with his Corvette in his garage.
So that's what was great about when he went to Lahaina. He was like, oh, geez, my garage caught on fire one time.
Almost lost my Corvette, my wife, and my cat.
So guess what's happening? Democrats tell Kamala Harris to drop controversial tactic in the last week of the presidential. By the way, so there's, her calling him a fascist and a Nazi. They're saying it's not working, but there's nothing in this bag, by the way. Just so you know, there's nothing in that bag.
Dude, is she sponsored by Doritos?
I guess.
Yeah, it's totally
Every
product
time
placement.
she brings it up, it sounds like ad copy.
The reason why she eats Doritos is because she has health care.
Ah! I just want you to know that Doritos have red dye number 40 in them, which have been linked to mental illness. That's all I'm saying. So Kamala Harris has been warned against calling Donald Trump a fascist because it's not cutting through with voters.
Well, nobody knows what the fuck the word means at this point. That's my guess.
It's
When your mom doesn't take you to a drag show?
Dad watching Fox News.
Fascist, it's one of those words that nobody ever heard before Trump became president. Or they hadn't even heard of it. Kind of like Tony Hinchcliffe. Future Forward, the leading pro-Harris super political action committee, said in an email circulated to Democrats that its internal testing showed attacks on the Republicans' character were not that persuasive.
Internal testing? What is that?
Imagine
A girl asked her boyfriend?
Imagine going around calling somebody fascist as you campaign on the fact that you're going to work with tech companies to censor speech. Like, that is fascism. That is where the private sector and the government come together to suppress the rights
Okay,
of the population.
all these academic they all think the Umberto Eco version, which is, I don't know why this jerk off, we go off his definition of fascism, but he's like, it's people who are traditionalists and everything else I don't like. The thing that Mussolini said it is, they don't think that's fascism.
Well, what word has not been culturally appropriated in this great...
Yes, they jam definitions in and gape the words. So now the words are too loose and the definitions slide out of them.
That was a very descriptive
Stop gaping the language.
So the PAC Future Forward said in the same email that the Harris campaign's claim that her opponent was exhausted was also falling flat with voters. Instead, it urged Democrats to focus on the vice president's proposal on the economy and abortion rights and to set up a contrast with Trump on these topics.
You mean how the Democrats failed to protect those rights and Trump doesn't give a shit about it and has nothing to do with it?
And now I'll give a warm hand to Liz Cheney, who voted with Trump 93% of the time.
Unbelievable, dude.
Anti-abortion, I believe, until just now.
The funniest thing about Trump on Joe Rogan is like, he was only supposed to do a short time, and he just keeps going to 3 hours because he knows Kamala can't do 3 hours, let alone 30 minutes. So now he's setting the standard for her to have to meet, and she just
Of course
bowed
she
out.
didn't.
No one can laugh that long.
Chauncey McLean, the president of Future Forward, downplayed the significance of the campaign's group email. So this got leaked, and then he's like, oh, no. He's like, don't overread this, he said in his statement. This is just one of our regular emails sharing testing results from thousands of pieces of earned and social media content.
I'm exhausted.
That's it. Thousands of it's nothing. It's just like overwhelming evidence that this shit isn't working. But don't read too much into it.
Don't do your own research.
It's nice to know though that they have thousands of pieces of earned in social media. It's nice to know that someone is looking over you to make sure you've been naughty or nice. Am I right? I feel like I've been seen and heard.
What is earned
No kidding.
content?
I don't know what that means.
They
fuck does
paid
that
for
mean?
it. They bought it.
Yes, right?
Oh no. People talking about you. Okay.
Oh, they pay. Oh my God, that's.
I think that's the CIA guy here tonight. Let me clarify for you.
That's just marketing knowledge. That's just how everything works like that.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.